Literally one right here. Van Halen by Van Halen. It's the debut album by Van Halen. It came out sometime in 1978, and I'll go ahead and get into the track listing here, talk about my favorites. So, number 1 is Runnin With The Devil. 2 is Eruption. 3, You Really Got Me. 4, Ain't Talking About Love. 5, On The One. 6, Jamie's Crying. 7, Atomic Punk. 8, Feel Your Love Tonight. 9, Little Dreamer. 10, Ice Cream Man. Last track, 11, is titled On Fire. So as far as my favorites go, I definitely like Runnin With The Devil, Eruption. Of course, Eruption is just awesome guitar solo by Eddie Van Halen. You Really Got Me. I like it, even though it's just a cover. Also like Jamie's Crying. Atomic Punk, I would say, as far as this album goes, Atomic Punk is my favorite song off this album. I like that it's edgy. Like for me, I mean, I consider it to be one of the most edgy Van Halen songs ever, in my opinion. I also like Feel Your Love Tonight and the last track, On Fire. So now Eddie Van Halen is definitely, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who he is. If you don't, then you obviously don't listen to any rock music at all. Which, hey, you know, we're all free to listen to whatever we want to, but, you know, I'm just saying, you know, Eddie Van Halen is widely regarded as one of the best guitar players ever, so, yeah. It doesn't take much, you know. If you haven't heard any Van Halen song before, or if you haven't heard Eddie Van Halen's awesome guitar playing before, you definitely need to. I will, of course, provide links to where you can check out some of their stuff. Also, some awesome solos that Eddie Van Halen has done over the past, I don't know, 30 years or so. As far as this album goes, I do like it. I like how everything is mixed and mastered. The drums sound great. Of course, drummer is, I do believe, Alex Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen's brother. Of course, David Lee Roth, the singer. A lot of people regarded David Lee Roth as very cocky, and which a lot of frontmen are, a lot of singers are. I've played in enough bands that I know, yeah, usually the singer does tend to come off as being cocky, whether he intends to or not. It's like one of those things that's hard to get away from. The bassist, Michael Anthony, he's also a pretty decent bass player. Of course, I would say as far as this album goes, he doesn't do anything like too crazy or out of the ordinary, but still decent bass player nonetheless. Of course, definitely I would say on this album, no doubt even on Van Halen's other albums too, the thing that stands out the most is definitely Eddie Van Halen's awesome guitar playing. And yeah, that ultimately became a staple of a big part of Van Halen's sound. And because you think about it, if they took away all those awesome guitar solos, I mean, there might be like maybe some other songs that still would have been kind of awesome, but not quite as awesome. So, but that's just how I feel. Yeah. Yeah, I guess really the only thing I had kind of a problem with is, again, like I've said in other album reviews, the distortion, the guitar distortion. I've never really been a big fan of the kind of overall tone that Eddie Van Halen had, probably still has to this day. But I mean, you know, I will admit it definitely worked for him. It became his signature sound. So yeah. And I will say this, I've yet to hear any other guitar player that has his exact same overall sound, tone, and even though now, like, there's Eddie Van Halen's signature distortion pedals and wah pedals, and he even has his own line of signature amplifiers and guitars. But even those don't sound quite like, you know, the true Eddie Van Halen guitar tone. So, but again, you know, that's me speaking as a musician, a fellow musician, fellow guitar player. So, as far as a rating goes, I'm gonna give this. No, yeah, I give it 5 stars, because as far as debut albums go, it's definitely a solid debut. Yeah, especially considering it came out in 1978. I mean, I can only imagine how many people must have been blown away by Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing. I remember my dad telling me when he first heard Van Halen, or I guess actually when he first heard Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing, and he said he saw them. It was back when they were going by a different name. I think they used to go by the name Mammoth or something like that. But yeah, my dad at the time was in college, and he said he saw them perform at they opened for some other local band. So it was like a local show. And yeah, my dad told me that he was definitely blown away by Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing. And that supposedly he got to meet them afterwards, like very briefly. And I guess but he wasn't able to say anything other than like, you guys rock, and, you know, nothing more than that. So, yeah. I don't know, I guess maybe I'm saying I'm kind of jealous that my dad got to meet Van Halen. And well, it was nobody's fault, because I wasn't. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know. What am I talking about? So yeah, once again, I give it 5 stars. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for listening. As always, till next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.